Hey guys, it's Beadon here. You're watching Launch Diaries Season 2, Episode 1, and you're probably wondering, but Alex, what the heck happened in the last Launch Diaries? And that's what I want to get into with you guys today, is bridging the gap between how we left things off and where we are now starting round 2. Firstly, thanks to everyone who watched and followed along. I feel like I was able to bond with you guys in a very new, different way, which was exactly why I wanted to create Launch Diaries to begin with. Looking back, Launch Diaries was such a huge commitment for me to make while going through my launch. And you can look back at those videos and see that I was exhausted. I was pushing myself to the max. I was trying really hard. There's like a lot of masculine energy in those videos. This is the thing about launching that I love, is that launching is a constant journey and evolution. One of the things that I always teach in Together We Launch is that from every single launch experience you have, there will always be lessons that you learn and can take away. And when I look back at that launch, I think my biggest lessons are that I was really putting too much on my plate. And I'm such an overachiever. And I think a lot of us entrepreneurs are. We're visionaries. We can see the big picture. If someone says, can you do this as well? You're like, yeah, I can do it. And it's like your list just gets higher and higher and higher. And before you know it, you are overwhelmed with tasks and there's just too much on your plate. So you will notice, if you look at Launch Diaries, that I start off pretty consistent. And then towards the end, I'm just like, this is not a priority. Like, we're in the middle of a launch. My priority is showing up for the members of Ultimate Launch Bootcamp, which is our lead magnet experience, and showing up to actually have sales conversations with people who are considering joining Together We Launch. And so that's what I did. I literally just was like, okay, press pause, I'll come back to this. And I kept filming, and I have so much footage. But moving into this new launch season, I think the best thing for me to do is just summarize what happened in the last launch and prepare you for what my goals and objectives are for this coming launch. So you will very strongly remember me in one of my last episodes of Launch Diaries stating to the world, I was like, I'm gonna have my first $500,000 launch. I'm going to have a $500,000 launch. And I was putting it out there into the universe. And guess what? I didn't have my first $500,000 launch. And I say that with pride, and I say that with faith, acceptance that your launch, even though you can have a launch goal, you simultaneously need to know that regardless of whether you reach that goal or not, it actually doesn't matter. Because like I said before, all that matters from every single launch is that you are collecting data. Is it important to have goals? Yes. Do I think goals are helpful? 100%. They help to get numbers better. They help you to get to know like how to make estimations, and predicting launch success is really important if you're going to run a successful business, right? They're very good to have, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that just because I didn't reach my goal of 500,000 doesn't mean that I walked away from it feeling like a failure. And that's a really big part of launching in general, is minding your feelings and your emotions. Back in the day, if I would have a bad launch, it would really get me down. I would take it personally. I would consider it a reflection of my offer being a failure or my launch being a failure. I would try to reinvent the whole wheel. And what I've realized through 10 plus years of launching is that launching is just data collection. And this is one launch of many. And in order to start having those 6 and multiple 6-figure launches, you need to learn how to rinse and repeat your launches, how to launch, step back, look at the analytics, analyze, make some tweaks, launch again, see what changes happened. No, I didn't hit my launch goal, but was it still a win? 100%. So I want to walk you through the numbers from Together We Launch. Now, I didn't share this with you guys in my past video, and I think actually I'm going to start to, because I think it is very important to understand how I goal set. It's not just like, oh, I have this one goal. I always have 3 goals. I have a good, better, and best goal. And my good goal for the past launch was actually $350,000. And we ended up with about $360,000 in revenue. So that's a win. The fact that I was able to guess, okay, my good goal would be 350 and we actually ended up with 360 is fantastic. So the way that I choose my good, better, best goals, if you're interested in learning more about that, let me know and I can definitely break that down in another episode maybe. I'm a little bit confused as to where these Launch Diary episodes are going to go. Like I said, I think what I attempted to do last time, I was so unprepared for. It was so much work to film all day and then come home at the end of the day day after I've been working all day to then edit and pick storyline and like try to make it as short as possible without leaving anything out. And I think although it was extremely entertaining and I think you guys really enjoyed seeing behind the scenes, I think capacity wise, I wasn't ready for it then. And if I'm being honest with myself, capacity wise, I'm still not ready for it now. We do have a team. Our team is bigger this launch than it was the last launch. And this time around, we do have a video editor, which I didn't have the last time around. So while yes, in my mind, I could say, oh yeah, like we have a video editor, like he can do things quickly and we can get this done. And like Launch Diaries is gonna be something that's like really in the moment. I just am in a mood where I'm protecting my well-being, my time, and my team, and the energy of what we're doing. I'm protecting it at all costs. So it's like in my head, I'm trying to start with something basic that's super easy for us to accomplish, master that, so that the next time around, I could be like, okay, now I'm ready to do Launch Diaries the way that I really want them to, which is 100% vlog style, etc., etc. So normally something I love to do is break down my launch success with you guys. And I've done this before on my podcast, On Purpose with Alex Beadon. And it's something that I really want to do with you guys here as well. But I think I'm actually going to save a full Together We Launch 2021 launch breakdown for the Ultimate Launch Bootcamp. So if you don't know what the Ultimate Launch Bootcamp is, I host it every year. This is going to be the second time that I'm hosting it. And it's a 5-day online bootcamp experience where we dive deep into the nitty-gritty of all things launch. And I really help prepare you to use the launch model as part of your business model. I personally love using a launch model in my business. It has been very sustainable, very consistent for me. And as I teach in Together We Launch, I've really turned it into this predictable, reliable source of income through creating a strategy and a system in which we take one launch and we analyze it and then we rinse and repeat it again and again, so that the profits are increasing time and time again. Doors to the Ultimate Launch Bootcamp open on the 5th of July, so mark your calendar for that. But the Ultimate Launch Bootcamp does not officially start until the 18th of July, which is a Monday, and it goes straight the way through until the 22nd, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, yeah, the 22nd. So there's 5 days of a bootcamp experience. This is going to be unlike anything you've ever experienced online before. It's of an extremely high caliber. The last time we ran this, we got so many great testimonials, but the best part for me is that throughout the year, I've been getting messages from people who joined the Ultimate Launch Bootcamp telling me how much it changed their business and changed the way that they showed up in their business and their entire business model, and how they are now launching and putting themselves out there and making money online, selling their online course, which is exactly what we want to help you do. So what's going to be different for me moving into season 2 of Launch Diaries? I think for me right now, we're at a phase where we're really just continuing to strengthen the behind the scenes of the business. Our team is growing. Our product is developing. This time around, when we relaunch Together We Launch, it's going to be an entirely upgraded program. We've taken everything we've learned from all of our past cohorts of Together We Launch, and we have worked with an educational designer. She went through the entirety of Together We Launch and has rearranged it, created slides, created worksheets. We've added in new calculators. Like, it has been updated to the max. And actually right now, I've been spending a lot of time just reviewing the new course, making sure that all of the content is correct and everything is in the right place, etc. And as I review Together We Launch, which I normally don't do, normally the only time I review it is when I'm actually in live training mode. So for me to actually be reviewing it while I'm going into launch season, it's just giving me all of this wisdom, and I'm allowing it to seep in on deeper levels than I ever had before. And so for this next launch of Together We Launch, I'm really prioritizing my wellness. I'm prioritizing taking things slow. I'm prioritizing not overwhelming myself by saying that I can do all of these different things when I absolutely cannot. I'm really trying to protect my days, work as efficiently as I can during the day, and then log off off. I'm doing this in a lot of different ways. So for example, making dates with friends. I think that's a really great way to be like, I gotta go because tonight I'm gonna have dinner with XYZ. I'm also committing to weekly exercise classes. That way it's like, okay, I know that Monday at 5, every Monday I have my Pilates class and I gotta go. So just really trying to create bookends within my days that automatically force me to stop working. I'm focusing a lot on using Clockify, which is something that I've always done, but now not only am I using it, I'm reviewing it every day to look back and be like, okay, did I spend my time efficiently today? What could I have done better? I have this tendency to want everything to be perfect. So like even now when I'm making this video, I don't think this video is very good. I don't think this video is a perfect video. In my mind, my high expectations of Launch Diaries and like how creative I am and how artistic I am and how I want to self-express, like unfortunately, there's so many other things happening behind the scenes of the business that like I just can't give this as much as I want to give this. And yet I need to remind myself that like good enough is good enough. And I'm sure right now, if you're watching this video, you're probably getting some kind of value out of it. And I mean, you must be because you're still here and you're still watching, right? So it's about trust. It's about putting myself out there. It's about not waiting for things to be perfect. It's about passing the baton and just keeping up that sense of momentum within the business so that things can move forward, so that we can maximize our growth. Also, I think as well, just having like that vision. Holding the vision of where I want my business to be, knowing that I want to get to a place where I can just create content all day long. Like that's what I want to do, guys. I love creating content. I think for me, it's like I want to accept this phase that I'm in. I want to hold the vision of where my company is going and like what we're building towards. And I think we're strongly moving in that direction. I want to pour my heart and soul and creative energy into creating content and connecting with you guys and bringing you into our high level experiences like the Ultimate Launch Bootcamp. I want to spend my time doing those things, but in order to build a business that can afford me that time, there's so much that goes into it, like training the team and making sure that our product is of a certain caliber, which is what I'm spending a lot of my time doing now. Like there are things that need my attention that mean that I can't spend as much time on this video as I would like, but guess what? It is what it is. I feel like I'm rambling at this point. So now I'm quickly gonna walk you through my good, better, best goals because we're at the start of Launch Diaries. This is like a new season, guys. We have a new launch coming up and I'm very excited. I feel like the vibe of this entire launch is going to be very different from the vibe of the last launch. So let's jump in, shall we? My good goal is 43 Together We Launch members. My better goal is 58 Together We Launch members. And my best goal is 68 Together We Launch members. 43, 58, 68. And so to put it into perspective, this last time around, we had 32 Together We Launch members. So I think that's it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I think the key takeaways are just that reflecting on my last launch, it was the very first time that we ever ran the Ultimate Launch Bootcamp. So that was the first thing. There was a lot of uncertainty. Whenever you're doing something for the first time, there's going to be uncertainty. Anytime that you add additional elements of uncertainty into your launch, it's going to create more uncertainty, right? When you rinse and repeat the same launch again and again and make small tweaks, that's when it becomes more predictable. So I'm giving myself grace that last time was a little bit chaotic because we had never launched like that before. So I had no numbers to work with. I had no idea how it was going to go. So every time I launch for the first time, I get a massive pat on the back because it's a lot. The second thing that I think about when I look back at my last launch is that I was just pushing myself way too much. It's my job as I'm going through a launch to make sure that I'm not putting too much pressure on myself to perform, that I'm taking care of myself, that my to-do list isn't too big. And while Launch Diaries were a success, looking back, I can see that it was probably too much to add to my plate at that time. Now, having said that, I had a lot of fun with it. It was really great for me to express myself in that way. We actually had people join Together We Launch because they were watching Launch Diaries. So everything happens for a reason. I don't regret it, but I'm very happy that towards the end, I threw in the towel and I was just like, okay, I'm done. I'm not going to be staying up until 3 in the morning to edit these videos because I need to take care of myself. So that was definitely a win, but also a challenging moment for me because I really didn't want to stop having to create the Launch Diaries. I felt like we were on such a good roll. Moving forward, I've already shared my goals with you guys. I'm very excited to bring you along behind the scenes. However, it will be in a different way than what I did last time. I still don't know what Launch Diaries is going to look like like this time. But you know what? I'd be really open to hearing your feedback. So if you want, leave a comment below and just let me know, like, what did you love about the last Launch Diaries that you would love to see in this Launch Diaries? Because my goal is to find a way to give you what you most loved in a way that works for me and is not going to burn me out. All right, guys, that is all from me. Thank you so much for being here with me today, and I will see you again in the next episode of Launch Diaries. Don't forget, Ultimate Launch Bootcamp is right around the corner. It starts on July 18th, and the doors open on July 5th. So make sure that you are on the waitlist if you're not already. And if it's already one of those dates and you're watching this video, the link will be right down below where you can go and sign up now to join the Ultimate Launch Bootcamp. I'm so excited. It is going to be next level this year, and I will see you there. Hey, online course creator, are you ready to plan your 6-figure launch? The Ultimate Launch Bootcamp is coming on July 5th. Trust me when I say you do not want to miss out on this. For more information, go to ultimatelaunchbootcamp.com or click the link in the description. Hope to see you there. Also, PS, don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps to support my channel. Okay, bye guys.